Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Jessica Hoyle. I'm the tourism manager here at Tourism Northern Ireland, looking after the Embrace the Giant Spirit tourism brand. I'm absolutely delighted this morning to welcome Natasha, Sinead and Helen from Tourism Ireland, who are going to talk to us about upcoming industry opportunities for 2023. And there's an opportunity as well to answer any queries or questions you might have around these and how to apply. So thanks so much to you, any of you who have submitted questions in advance. Please also use the chat box during this webinar to ask any further questions as they come up, and we'll endeavour to answer all of them at the end of the presentation. For any that we don't get around to answering just on today, we'll make sure we follow up with you as well to ensure all the questions are answered. Without further ado, thanks so much, Natasha, Sinead and Helen. I'll hand over to you to present on Industry Opportunities 2023.
Oh, you're just on mute at the minute, Helen.
Apologies.
There we go.
So good morning, everyone. Just thanks for taking the time today to join us on the webinar. Just a couple of things. I suppose to introduce myself, I'm Helen O'Gorman. I'm the Stakeholder Engagement Manager for Tourism Ireland in Northern Ireland. What I'm going to do this morning is take a look back over some of our dedicated Embrace the Giant Spirit campaigns and the results that they generated to give you a sense of the reach and the scale of those campaigns. And then I'll hand over to Natasha, and Natasha's going to take you through the industry opportunities. So just to mention, when we move on to the next slide, that we have been running some dedicated Northern Ireland Embrace the Giant Spirit campaigns over the last couple of years. In saying that, Northern Ireland is crucial to our overall main campaign, which runs year round, promoting the island of Ireland overseas. So these campaigns sit alongside that and give us a little bit of an opportunity to do a bit more of a deep dive into the offer in Northern Ireland. What I'll do now is we're just going to show our ads shortly. There's various different versions of the ad. So this is one example of the ad that we've been using in these dedicated campaigns.
Have you booked that trip to Northern Ireland yet? Press the green button and visit Northern Ireland.
So just moving on, we'll take you through the results of some of the campaigns. So if we take a look at the next slide, and these campaigns, this is the results from our GB campaign. And just to say that the campaigns, we normally focus on Great Britain as our key market, but also some of the nearer markets that have direct access into Northern Ireland. So I'll take you through those slightly later. But just looking at our GB campaigns, this is the results from Q3 2021 and Q1 2022, and you can see there the results kind of speak for themselves, and I won't go through them in too much detail, but to say we had an overall reach with the campaign of 44 million. The TV reached about 12 million adults with a digital reach of 20 million. We also worked through a lot of partnerships in that campaign as well, including The Guardian, which had a reach of over 2.6 million. So it's been a really significant campaign, and just a couple of the interesting things to draw your attention to. During the period of the campaign, we were the #1 most visited. The dedicated Embrace the Giant Spirit campaign page on Ireland.com was the most visited page during that period, and had a really high dwell time of nearly 5 minutes on the page. So people were actually really engaging with the campaign and really looking into what the offers were. If we want to move on to the next slide, we'll look at some of the more tactical results that we got. So alongside the media campaigns, which go out in TV, radio, digital out of home, and through media partners, we also do very dedicated partnership campaigns with the main carriers into Northern Ireland. Those co-op campaigns are really crucial to us and crucial to the campaigns. So during Q1 of 22, when we were doing the Embrace the Giant Spirit campaign, we worked with many of the carriers, including EasyJet, Loganair, Ryanair, Cenaline and Skyscanner. And you can see some of the really positive results. That resulted in uplift of flight bookings of just under 38,000. With hotel bookings, The hotel bookings, this is ones that we can directly track from our partnership with Skyscanner. Of course, when you've got 38,000 flight bookings, there's going to be a wider accommodation booking through that, but the ones that we can actually track are over 2,000. We had car and ferry bookings of around 1,400 and an overall reach of 3 million. So again, a really tactical campaign that results in good opportunities to see conversion. And looking at our European campaigns, which ran in Q1 of last year in France, the Netherlands and Spain. These were slightly shorter, smaller campaigns. They really were very tactical in getting across that access message and that there's direct access into Northern Ireland. And they were mainly digital campaigns. But some of the results, we had over 200 million digital impressions. So that's people actually seeing that, whether engaged, whether they're online, seeing our advertisements. And we had 88,000 unique web visits during the campaign period. France, we did a little bit more, and we actually did have a TV campaign there which reached over 13 million adults, and they also did a lot of digital out-of-home advertising, so hoardings, so advertising pieces, for example, in train stations or as people are walking along through Paris to really drive home that access message. And there was about 6 million opportunities to see those digital out-of-home ads. So just looking forward to what we're doing currently and the campaign for 2023. So again, the campaigns are very wide ranging, so I won't go into a huge amount of detail. For Q1, so campaigns are mainly going live this month and will run through March as well. So plenty of opportunity to still get involved in those. They'll run in GB, Germany, Netherlands, France and Italy. GB will be our biggest campaign. We will be in cinemas and on video on demand in GB, approximate reach of 12 million in those. We'll again have our digital out of home, paid digital and social campaigns with significant reach, and we will be doing those tactical campaigns with our co-op partners, so EasyJet, Ryanair, Loganair, British Airways, Stena Line and P&O we will also be working with. In Germany, we will be doing a digital paid and social paid campaign supported by activity in our own social channels. And with the announcement of the new Lufthansa flight from Frankfurt at the end of last year, we'll be doing a dedicated co-op campaign with them as well to really to show off that new route. In France, we'll be again focusing on the digital and social campaign and co-op activity with Ryanair. And Netherlands will be, and Italy will be looking at paid digital campaign and a social campaign there. So again, very great opportunities to get out into the market and to be seen and to get involved with that campaign as we move forward. So I'll hand over to Natasha, since we can go through the opportunities.
Perfect, thank you so much, Helen, and good morning, everyone. So I'm going to take you through some of the free and low-cost ways that you can work with Tourism Ireland to get your business seen overseas. So the first of these I'm going to cover is the offers process. So this is where our industry partners can submit an offer, which obviously has extra value than your standard product offering, and they can basically benefit from the increased traffic that we have to Ireland.com, especially with all the great campaigns we've got going on at the minute around Embrace a Giant Spirit. And typically we have 106 million impressions on Ireland.com, so again, you're reaching a massive audience. I'm just going to take you through some of the example offers there on the screen that we have. So these are some of the NI offers we have on this website at the minute. So these include like free admission for the price of 3, monetary discounts, and we find that offers that align with our different passion points really perform well because we can traffic them around the different articles that we have on the site, so it appears quite natural and encourages consumers to book. So just to highlight what we're going to cover, so we're going to cover what makes a great offer, how you can submit a great offer, and then how else you can get involved with Tourism Ireland. So what makes a great offer? So the first thing that makes a great offer is obviously value for money and deals that could help prompt booking. I think everyone now, especially with the cost of living crisis, is looking for that little bit of extra value in terms of their holiday trip and anything they can see if they really appreciate. So if your offer is competitive, it drives great interest. If it has a good lead-in or discount, and there's some examples of added value there. So the 4 for 3, kids go 3, even things like free cancellations, late checkout work quite well. Free coffees and bottles of Prosecco and things like that also work. Then added value and combination offers. This is like when we bundle up and create combination offers. So it helps showcase a location of all the different things that you can do nearby and why people would want to travel there. And also it kind of creates a sense of value in terms of bundling things together, and it's kind of a one price for consumers. So there's some examples there: city and coast twins, hotels and attractions, maybe included in a car rental with accommodation, or a restaurant and activity provider combination up as well. And finally then, the wow factors and USPs obviously make a fantastic offer because it really grabs consumers' attention on Ireland.com. So some of the great ways to do this is to really sell your quirkiness through the different adjectives you use and how you actually describe and bring your offer to life and highlight the awards. So I know a lot of you work with the brand team in Tourism Northern Ireland, and I know they do a lot of great work helping you describe your experiences. So it's a really good way for you to incorporate that into offers as well. And it helps to encourage bookings for yourselves. So just a quick recap on what good offers look like and what bad offers look like. So you can see quite a range of difference here between the good and the bad. So obviously really quality eye-catching images. We find like destination shots work quite well of the area because obviously they're quite attractive and appealing. Having really attention-grabbing titles of, you know, maybe a bit of questions or a bit of a kind of looping you in statement. A good description which is clear of what the offer is, when it is, and how you can get involved. All offers have to have a bookable link, so even if it's like a bookable form for them to contact yourselves, they need to have a click through link to obviously drive traffic to, otherwise nobody could book your offer. And then obviously state the value of the offer really clearly is really important. So what does a bad offer look like then? Unappealing generic copy, there's kind of poor quality images. If there's logos, we can't unfortunately show them on Ireland.com just because the site would become, you know, overridden with different logos, and it would take away from obviously the wow factor of the destination. And you know, offers that aren't offers, they're just you stating your business proposition. That would be an example of a bad offer. So I'm just going to run through a quick how-to guide of how to get involved with offers, so if you bear with me a second.
Yep, we're seeing that now, Natasha.
Perfect, thank you, Barry. So we are here on our industry opportunities homepage for Tourism Ireland. You're still able to see that, Barry, are you? Sorry.
Yeah, we are indeed, yep.
Perfect. So this is our new website that we launched just at the end of last year. And here we can see all the opportunities that you can get involved with to work with us overseas. So if you pop into opportunities, you're able to browse all of our opportunities through our opportunities list. And you can filter accordingly, so you can see what's upcoming, which is our events, our ongoing, which is our digital, and you can filter by market and activity type. So it's a great way for you to see all of our opportunities, but I'm going to focus on our NIEGS campaign and the offers there. So we actually have a checklist developed of all the things that you need for offers, which is here, and I've got to open in another tab. So it just takes you through what a good and bad offer looks like and everything you need. So in terms of image size, the different categories, the different description sizes, the text sizes, and the character count, and of course the URL. So it just helps you get prepared before you actually submit your offer. So once you're ready to submit, you can click the link and open up the form to fill in. So the form is really, really simple, which is great. You can just fill in all the details. Fill in your company name, email address, which is important so we can contact you if there's any issues. And it just takes you through what your offer looks like and all the different information you need. So again, I'll not go through it in too much detail because it's quite self-explanatory, but if you have any questions, please let us know. So the offer title is the kind of caption of what the offer is, the description, the location of your offer, and the headline. So that's really what makes it special. What is that added value, just in case that's not clear. And then there's the booking URL. And then we translate all of our offers into the different language variants of our website, so you're getting as much traffic as possible. But if you have a booking URL in another language, you can request that we contact you, and we can then divert that traffic to the right website. And that's it. So Barry, do you mind if you flick back to the presentation?
Okay, that should be you now. Yep.
Perfect, thank you. So how to get involved? So obviously go to the website, complete the form. We'll review the offer and translate it for you. And then it'll go live on our website. And that's it. If there's any queries, we have the TI offers desk at Tourism Ireland email, and they can help you with your offer. So our next opportunity is our sustainable business promotion, which targets sustainable businesses. So Tourism Ireland has adopted the UNITO definition of sustainable tourism, which is tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of visitors, the industry, the environment, and host communities. So it means that we're committed to promoting sustainability through our digital channels, and it's a great way for you to get involved. So if you meet one of the criteria on screen, so if you've been verified by a third-party sustainability scheme, if you're attaining a third-party verifiable certification, or if you've won an award for your sustainable tourism efforts, we want to hear from you. And just remember that all sustainable activity should be logged on your website and or social media for you to be considered. And all the details can be found on tourismireland.com/opportunities. But fear not, if you don't meet the sustainable requirements, we do still want to hear from you. We want to hear your news and your stories through our publicity opportunities, which you can get involved in at pdublin@tourismireland.com. And we'll be sending through all the links at the end of the presentation. Perfect. So the next opportunity is IMAP, which is our industry market access program, which we have in conjunction with Tourism Northern Ireland. So I just want to highlight quickly the program, which allows you to apply for funding between 50 to 75% of your total costs for all independent activities. So this is any non-Tourism Ireland events and sales missions that you want to get involved in overseas, subject to the guidelines and terms of conditions, which are available on our website and will be shared after the webinar. And also please note that IMAP applications are going to close at the end of the month on the 20th of February for all activity up until the end of June 2023. And of course, we're also supporting 75% of fees for all of our own activities, which is available to view on our website. So the next opportunity is obviously community on ireland.com. So it's a great way for you to directly communicate and interact with consumers who are in the active planning stages of their trip to the island of Ireland, and we get over 250,000 visits per year. And I know a lot of partners that have used this really successfully to get direct bookings from the community. So it's a good channel to kind of integrate into your digital activity. And the next is our website. So just a reminder to register for updates and alerts of all the opportunities we've got coming up. There's obviously a lot of activity happening and we don't want you to miss out. And we also launched 3 weeks ago our industry LinkedIn channel. So please follow us for all of our alerts and updates of activity. And also so you don't miss any of our facts and figures that may help you with your market development in different overseas markets. And finally, just your contacts then. You're the wonderful Sinead, who is the Industry and Trade Manager, and myself. We're happy to help you in any way we can to help get yourself involved in opportunities. So thank you so much. I'm so sorry my throat's starting to give out now from the cold weather, but we welcome any questions you have.
Thank you so much, Natasha, Helen. I'm sure everyone on the call on the webinar this morning agrees that that's really useful information, and that there's such a wealth of ways that people can get involved, not only to kind of contact business overseas, but just to promote their business through Tourism Northern Ireland and Tourism Ireland. So thank you on behalf of everybody. So before we move on to the next question part, there's just going to be a short poll for all who are attending today, just to get some immediate feedback. So the first question is, how would you rate today's session in terms of content and relevance to your business? Okay. Do we have a second question there, Barry, or? Yep. Okay, second question is, do you plan to take any action within your business as a result of what you've heard today? Great. Thank you to everyone for your feedback on just those two questions. So we'll head into the question and answer session now with Natasha, Helen and Sinead. So I'll go through some of the ones that were asked in advance to begin with. So first question that we had through, is it worthwhile for a small business to get involved with the IMAP fund?
Yeah. Sinead, do you want to take this one? You're just on mute.
Can you hear me now? Hold these buttons and I can't work them. Can you hear me?
Yep, that's us.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, Natasha, and thanks for the question, Jess. It really depends on the small business, and I can't say when I don't know what the business is, but really, so long as you have a saleable or a bookable experience, that means that customers can book or buy from you, that you have experience in international markets. In other words, that your business has been in our markets, whether that's doing sales calls or attending events, and you can, show that you have got market experience. And so long as the activity for which you're applying isn't already being funded by another public authority, so whether that's through Tourism Northern Ireland's own funding or through some local authority or whatever. So we will obviously assess every application as it comes in to make sure it fits the eligibility criteria. And, we'll assess it on that. So I would say to have a look at the criteria. I mean, the documentation is available via the link that Natasha just shared there. And provided you meet the eligibility criteria, then yes, we will certainly consider your application.
Thanks, Sinead. A similar question following on from that. We've been asked, how do businesses ensure, obviously there's the general criteria for eligibility, but how do businesses ensure that they're suitable for the opportunities if they've got, if they've got any queries?
Well, if they have any queries, in the first instance, we're more than happy to take any queries directly. I mean, my email is at the end of the presentation, so please feel free to contact me. And my colleagues Audrey and Robin are also on hand to answer any queries they may have. But if if you've any doubts about IMAP, you're not quite sure what opportunities or what activity is relevant for you, I would certainly suggest, Jess, I'm going to throw you in the deep end here, but certainly the industry support team at Tourism and I would be the first point of contact should you have any queries about that, and you would be able to guide then in terms of what is relevant and what might be suitable for that particular business in terms of overseas activity.
Absolutely agree, Sinead. Thank you. Yeah, so if anyone does have any queries specifically and would like to talk to either myself or the rest of the product development team or our business solutions team, you can contact us via the Tourism NI website via the contact form. That'll be sent directly to us, and we're happy to have that one-on-one chat with you to support further. Okay, let's move on to some other questions then. Another question here. So what activities are in place for 2023 for non-luxury offerings?
Yeah, so I'm happy to take this. So all of our opportunities are on the website as I showed there. So actually a small percentage of those are luxury opportunities. Most of them are for mass leisure. So please just browse the website and have a look. And if there's any queries in terms of overseas events or digital activity, just get in touch with Sinead or myself.
Well, thanks, Natasha. Another question here is on a more specific offer. So can we encourage more campervan owners and caravan owners to Ireland as a whole, and with an encouragement for them specifically to use campsites within their visit?
So we already do quite a lot of activity for this sector and the adventure tourism sector, specifically in our Netherlands and German markets. So there's lots of great articles on Ireland.com, and we do a lot of kind of work there already. But I would encourage you to get involved with the offers and the community, or even the sustainable tourism business promotion, if that's eligible for you, to really promote your business in those areas, and try and get involved in some of our opportunities on our website.
Great, thank you. So another question here. So will there be another call for funding from, say, around September 2023 to March 2024 for the next period of going abroad to sell products to market?
So I'm assuming that's in relation to IMAP, Jess.
I would imagine specifically, yeah.
At this moment in time, I can't say for definite, I'll be honest with you, because we're going through, this is the 5th phase that we're going through right now. So obviously, we don't unfortunately have a bottomless pit of funds from which to dig from, but certainly we will be reviewing it once this phase is completed to see what budgets could be allocated, and we would be hopeful that we'd be able to open something later on in the year to facilitate activity for that sort of early Q1 period, perhaps next year, when we know is a very important time for markets to increase their business in overseas markets. So watch this space.
Brilliant, thank you. So we're having some more questions come in now. So an attendee here has uploaded an offer to the Tourism Ireland website, but they can't see it. Where do they see it once they've submitted it? And I imagine it's been approved.
Yep, so if it's been approved, you'll be able to find it on our landing page for all of our offers. I can share the link in the chat now, and you can have a browse there. And you'll probably see it being trafficked across the website as well. I should say, obviously it depends on the volume of offers we have, where your offer will land across the website. If we have quite a lot of offers, it might take you a while to find your offer, but again, it's randomized and trafficked across the website so that everyone has a fair chance of getting eyeballs on your offer.
Great, thank you. Another question on the website here. So from when you've completed, from when you've completed your e-form, how long does it roughly take to when you complete it to when the offer goes live on the website?
So we aim to have offers live within 5 days of completing the form. Obviously that depends on weekends and holidays for the team here, but we do have a team that regularly checks in on offers submitted, and they pass it then to the team that does the upload as well. So we say 5 days, but if you haven't seen your offer uploaded to the website, please get in touch, because there might be another issue with it in terms of quality, or maybe the booking link or something doesn't work for us. So we try to reach out and obviously fix as many offers as we can, but unfortunately, just due to the levels, we might not be able to. So just get in touch with myself and I can point you in the right direction.
Great, thank you. I have another website question here. Are all the events for the year ahead across MICE, Golf, Travel Trade, etc., listed on TNI and Tourism Ireland websites? So I guess they're just looking about how far in advance are opportunities put onto the website?
Well, they're certainly listed on the Tourism Ireland industry opportunities site as far in advance as we know, because obviously when we're working with third parties, we don't have control over it. It's different for Tourism Ireland led events, and we can plan a bit better. But as soon as we get word of an event taking place and that we will be taking part in it, it goes up on the Tourism Ireland, the industry, and an industry opportunity will go out. So it should all be there. Tourism and I, Jessica, you probably better.
Yeah,
And
it's the same with the Tourism NI website. We have a list on the website. We can provide a link to all the upcoming industry opportunities that we put online as soon as available, which then also tells you when applications will be open and when they close. So you'll see on there the ones that have previously closed, some that are open already, and then some that are eligible to be applied for later on in the year as well. So we do get them out as soon as possible. Okay. So a question here again on IMAP. We're getting quite a few through on IMAP. So can a collection of businesses apply to IMAP? For example, an accommodation plus an activity plus another activity, as I guess as a joint combined offer?
yes, they can, is the short answer, provided again that they're not being funded elsewhere from some other. So they could apply for IMAP and they could be applying for something else. We need to making sure that they're not already being funded through some other form of activity, or that perhaps they're not, whether that's through a Tourism Ireland office or yourself at Tourism NI or another public authority. But we will certainly look at combined applications. And if it's a combined one, we certainly won't then accept another application that would come in from a business on its own for the same activity. So we wouldn't double fund activity in that case.
Brilliant. Thanks, Sinead. Just another one on IMAP here. This one's specific. It's asking a luxury food experience is worth promoting on IMAP, but I imagine a lot of the industry, whichever sector they're in, is looking about, whether it's worth promoting through the IMAP fund. Just so I guess maybe looking at food specific, but then in general as well.
Yes, I mean, it's a good question. It's quite a specific niche area, but as long as it has the opportunity to drive business and to increase business to Northern Ireland, we will certainly look at that application. And again, it depends on the activity that the applicant would want to take part into.
So we have a couple on office here. I'll put them together. So the first part of the question is, will you be informed if your offer is approved or not approved on the website? But then secondly, how often can you submit offers? Can you submit them more than once a year, for example?
So you are not informed if your offer is approved or not, just because obviously the manpower of the number of offers that we receive through, it's quite an ordeal for someone to go through and contact every person, and you can submit as many offers as you would like throughout the year. We don't have a cap at the minute, so if you refresh your offers like every month, you can submit that new offer with us every month and we will traffic that new offers. I will say you're probably better to submit fewer and often, because as we upload every offer, if you put one for an extended period of time, each offer is allocated a certain number of traffics. So each offer gets a certain number of eyeballs, obviously for fairness. So if you're putting an offer on for 3 months, you're going to get the same number of eyeballs as an offer that's there for a month. So just something to bear in mind when you're submitting.
Great, thank you. So a couple of questions here on other marketing. So can the Tourism Ireland team, or I imagine Tourism Northern Ireland as well, assist with marketing activities in other countries, for example, securing billboards or other marketing internationally?
It's worth talking to the Tourism Ireland teams. It's not an area of my speciality, I'll be honest with you, Jessica, but Tourism Ireland's main activity is promoting the destination. So we certainly, we're keen to ensure that we're promoting the destination, whether that's Northern Ireland or Ireland, and we wouldn't want to get into a scenario where we'd be promoting on one over the other, but there may be opportunities by a cooperative activity that could be considered. So it's worthwhile, depending on the market in which you want to undertake that activity, contacting the Tourism Ireland market representatives and seeing what can be done.
Brilliant, thank you. As a similar question here, just on costs of advertising. I know it might be that maybe some of that was talked at the beginning of the webinar here, but maybe just a bit more information on costs and maybe differing opportunities versus based on cost.
Yeah, so obviously our offers are free to get involved in, as are the Sustainable Tourism Promotion and also the community. Some of our other opportunities on the website do have a cost. For example, all of our events have a cost, even though they're 75% funded. But that's all listed on our website, so the costs will be clearly outlaid, and we have different tiering systems for our digital packages, for example, so it should be quite clear whether there's a cost or not. But we do have some free opportunities that you are more than welcome to get involved in.
Great, thank you. So we have an attendee on the webinar this morning who is launching a new tour product. Who is the best person to contact to see if they can generate publicity through Tourism Ireland on that new product?
So firstly, I think it's probably important that you register with Tourism Northern Ireland and let them know about your new product, because we get a lot of our updates through Jess and the fabulous team there. But also, if you want to send it through to the Publicity Dublin email, which I have should be popped in the chat, it's pdublin@tourismireland.com. We can work with the publicity teams here and see what way would be best to promote that experience overseas.
Brilliant. There's a question here which I will take just because it's specifically about Embrace a Giant Spirit. So the question there is, will there be funding program or support for Embrace a Giant Spirit experience providers to create marketing collateral this year that can be used in campaigns? So they're asking specifically, how can new experiences be included if they only have limited images or no videography? In terms of Embrace a Giant Spirit support, I am launching some new Embrace a Giant Spirit opportunities imminently. So over the coming weeks, there will be eligibility criteria on that, similar to how we've gone before, just to ensure that your business is market ready for investment from Tourism Northern Ireland. So, and within that, there will be some opportunities for asset creation. But it will be limited. I would encourage you to also speak to your local council tourism teams if you've not engaged with them already. They have regional specific experience development programs and other opportunities where we work closely with them as well, which may be able to support you. But moving forward, they are available, but they are limited just based on funding available for those. Okay, have I? Oh, there's just one. So Sinead, you mentioned that those with international experience will be selected for trade opportunities. How do businesses then with limited or no experience already going out into international markets get that experience to be able to apply?
Well, there are other activities that Tourism Ireland runs on a regular basis. So, you know, whether that's sales missions or events. And don't forget that we also offer the 75% fund this year, whereby we cover 75% of the fees for attending any of our events overseas. So that might be something worth considering in order to get into the next round of IMAP. But again, Jess, I think the best advice I could give on that one to ensure that you're market ready and what next steps to take would be to contact you and at your team, and you'll be able to provide what would be relevant for that particular business, because again, it's very business specific. Some events or activities is suitable for one business, whereas it might not be suitable for another, and you'd be best able to advise anyone on that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, so within our teams here, we're always happy if people have queries on if something's relevant for them, but also just how to move into that that sphere of promoting yourselves to different trades and to organisations internationally. So we can more than happy to help with that one. I'll just quickly check, but I think that's all of the questions. I'll give a couple of minutes just to see if anyone else is typing any. No, I think that's everything. So thank you to everyone that submitted questions. If you've got any further ones that you didn't maybe want to ask this morning, or you want to follow up with separately, please do contact us. A recording of this webinar with some of the contact links and also the links of the information that we've shared today will be available. But then again, if you want to contact Tourism NI specifically in the first instance, if you can do that through the contact form on the website, and that'll be sent to either myself or the relevant team based on the nature of your inquiry. Just a huge thank you on behalf of myself, but then everyone on this call this morning, to Sinead, Helen and Natasha. I think it's been so useful to do this and have the opportunity to not only hear more about all the opportunities, but to ask the questions that industry have to make sure that we're engaging in these opportunities and really maximising the potential of them. So I really appreciate your time. So following this, a post-event email will be sent out to everybody who's attended. In that, we'll have a recording and then all the links to the information that we've shared today. We will also be including a small event survey on there. It should only take a couple of minutes to complete, but we really do value all your feedback on the webinars that we do, just to ensure that the content that we're creating moving forward is relevant and needed by the industry. So any feedback, we would really appreciate it. But that's everything for this morning. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you all attending, and look forward to working with you all in the future. Thank you so much.